Hi everyone, it's March 3, 2013. I'm Dwight Schmuck. This is the Schmuck Look. And today we're going to talk about, once again, the gay marriage issue, the Defense of Marriage Act, and how stupid the neocon jobs are by opposing this. Look guys, first of all, what you're doing is saying these people aren't as equal as the rest of us. Well, the Constitution doesn't buy that, so why should we? You know, you tried that noise back in the 1860s. Remember the Civil War? Lincoln said the blacks are as equal as the whites. We ain't going to buy slaves no more, no more. And, you know, you had this pissing match where most of the people who fought on the Confederate side were fighting for states' rights, but they were never going to be wealthy enough to actually own a slave of their own. They were fighting for the rights of the rich guys to have slaves. Well, yeah, that happens when you've got, whole towns with second and third grade educations. They kind of get led around by the nose by the big guy because they all want to be like the big guy and have things, but they don't know quite how to get there. But they'll support his right to have things because someday, somewhere, somehow, they might have something. Oh my. Logic has its way of intervening there, doesn't it? At any rate, we're now in the 21st century here, and we're doing the very same thing. And, way back in the 60s, the early 60s, well, under Eisenhower, blacks got the right to vote and the right to drink out of the same water fountains and ride the same buses. And Eisenhower also was, Republican. Eisenhower also said on his, walking away speech to beware the military-industrial complex. It was the last piece of real good advice any American president has ever given you and me. And we should have listened. Unfortunately, there were enough people who didn't. People who made money and did not get to invest a kid. But we fought for their rights to do so. Make money anyway. It doesn't make you sick, really. And at any rate, now we're in the 21st century, and the new black guy is the gay guy. Well, we can't let them be equal and get married. Why? And I know some of you out there today are saying his hair is, frizzled and out there. Well, I broke my damn hair tie this morning. It's already not a fun day. So I thought I'd share. But the neocons want to say, well, they're not as equal as you and me. Says who? Well, the Bible says no. The Bible is just, the words of God written down by a guy who had his own little pet peeves. And don't you think some of that made it in there? I'm thinking, yeah. These people also thought stonings and beheadings were good things. Sunday afternoon entertainment, as it were. Hangings in the 1800s were public events, and people would show up with picnic baskets. Doesn't mean they're civilized just because they wear fancy clothes. Anyway, now the neocons wanted, the Defense of Marriage Act is going up to the Supreme Court, and hopefully those justices will say, the Constitution says equal. Doesn't say a word about this side's a little more equal than this side. It just says the playing ground has to be equal. And face it, folks, we're talking in times where revenues are down. County and state and national revenues, money coming in because, well, we found out how to, hide that money, didn't we there? All you money hiders, the corporations who now get to, write testimonials for elected officials in the way of money. Here, have some, vote our way. And we've gotten to that where you and I don't make a damn bit of difference anymore, except those times when we're voting them in or out. And I've said it all along here. Every election, vote them out. Whoever's in, hit it. You did a good job, hit it. No pensions, hit it. No careers, hit it. You got to work out here too. Hit it. No more career politicians. It shouldn't be. Folks, get on the horn here. The Defense of Marriage Act has to go. It's time to make everybody equal. The sun will continue coming up and setting in the evening. Guaranteed. It did with Abraham Lincoln. It definitely did with Eisenhower. I'm betting it will now. Equality is for everyone, or it's for no one. You get your choice, but you can't go back on it. I'm with equality. Every damned time. It's equality time. Now. I'm Dwight Schmuck. That's the Schmuck Look. Peace.